What if love wasn't bound by time? What if two souls, separated by centuries, found their way back to each other, again? In a world where stories fade, one connection refuses to be forgotten. Yangzi and Li Xian, two names, one destiny, are back in this time. It's deeper, bolder, and far beyond the limits of time itself. When it comes to modern Chinese television, few names carry the same emotional resonance and international appeal as Yangzi and Li Xian. Separately, they've built impressive careers defined by versatility, emotional range, and a deep understanding of character. But together, they represent something rare, an on-screen synergy that feels less like performance and more like destiny unfolding. Their reunion isn't just a casting decision, it's a cultural moment. Yangzi has long been considered a powerhouse in the Chinese entertainment industry. Her ability to move seamlessly between genres, whether in a light-hearted romantic comedy or a sweeping historical epic, has solidified her status as not just an actress, but a storyteller of the highest caliber. Her performances are layered, thoughtful, and consistently rooted in emotional truth. She doesn't just portray characters, she inhabits them. Over the years, she has become a symbol of strength, vulnerability, and enduring charm. In every role, there's a sense that she's not merely acting but offering a piece of herself to the audience. Li Xian, by contrast, is often celebrated for his calm intensity and quiet magnetism. While his screen presence is understated, it's never forgettable. He brings a sense of grounded realism to his performances that anchors even the most fantastical narratives. There's an intelligence in his acting choices, a stillness that speaks louder than dialogue. His portrayals often carry the weight of untold stories, of feelings left unsaid but deeply felt. Their first collaboration in Go Go Squid became an instant classic, not just for the plot, but for the way their chemistry brought the story to life. It wasn't exaggerated or forced. It was subtle, nuanced, and most importantly, believable. Viewers across Asia and beyond felt drawn into their world, as if watching two real people fall in love in real time. It wasn't just a romance. It was a connection, one that left a lasting impact long after the credits rolled. That's why their return feels so significant. It's not just about reuniting two beloved actors, it's about rekindling a narrative that audiences aren't ready to let go of. There's a sense of continuity, of something unfinished being resumed with greater depth. In their newest project, The Beauty of Colors, we don't just see them portraying characters, we witness the evolution of a screen partnership that has matured over time. There's more confidence now, more subtlety, more shared history behind every glance and gesture. For fans, this reunion is more than nostalgic. It's hopeful. It's a reminder that certain connections, no matter how much time passes, remain special. And for Yangzi and Li Xian, it's a chance to elevate what they've built, to take it further, deeper, and more meaningfully than ever before. Their return isn't just a continuation, it's a promise of something even more extraordinary. A dozen heartbeats of film, 12 measured seconds, proved long enough to jolt the global drama community into collective awe. Without warning, the studio released a bonus crossover scene that fused Yangzi's Tang Dynasty splendor with Li Xian's contemporary elegance in a single breathless sequence. Visually, the moment plays like a dialogue between centuries. Yangzi, draped in an imperial yellow robe softly overlaid by pastel blues, turns toward an ancient bronze mirror. Her movements are deliberate, almost ritualistic, as though every tilt of her head carries the weight of a forgotten epoch. In that polished surface, the warm candlelight glitters against the delicate huadian on her forehead, affirming both her royal bearing and her vulnerability. Cut to Li Xian beneath neon reflections, a spotless white suit, a wristwatch adjusted with quiet precision. He is modernity personified, crisp lines, metropolitan calm, the hum of unseen city traffic somewhere behind the frame. What elevates the clip beyond simple fan service is its unspoken tension between proximity and distance. Neither character utters a word, yet the editing invites the audience to imagine that each gesture forms a silent call answered across time. When the camera lingers on Yangzi's hand tightening over a paper umbrella, it mirrors Li Xian's fingers closing around a bouquet of lilies, two mirrored impulses stitched together by intention rather than chronology. Against a backdrop of swelling strings, past and present seem to breathe in synchrony, making the impossible, two timelines touching, feel instinctively plausible. Viewers across continents reacted in real time, translating disbelief into a cascade of edits, theories, and multilingual commentary. Some saw a prelude to reincarnation, others a secret doorway into time travel, but everyone recognized the audacity of distilling such emotional charge into a scene shorter than a social media story. The studio's restraint, revealing enough to ignite curiosity, withholding enough to protect mystery, created a fertile ground for imagination. Analysts praised the color palette, where gold leaf and soft crimson from the Tang court dissolve into sterile blues and whites of modern architecture, underscoring a theme that love, like light, refracts but never disappears. The crossover thus became more than a marketing flourish. It was artful provocation, reminding audiences how powerful suggestion can be when anchored in genuine chemistry. In those fleeting frames, the digital age glimpsed a romance unrestricted by clocks or dynasties, and the internet, momentarily, learned to hold its breath. Speculation rushed in to fill the silence the studio so carefully preserved, and what began as a 12-second spark quickly expanded into a constellation of theories. The most immediate possibility, and the one dearest to romantics, is a straightforward time travel arc, a Tang-era princess catapulted into the neon glare of 21st-century Shanghai, meeting a tech visionary whose algorithms promise answers even history has mislaid. Viewers imagine Yangzi wandering through glass corridors lit by motion sensors, every automatic door a quiet miracle, while Xian deciphers brittle scrolls whose pigments match the color in her eyes. Yet even that premise feels almost too simple when weighed against the resonance of the clip, so fans dig deeper, proposing a story less literal and more metaphysical, reincarnation. In this version, the meeting is not an accident but an echo, two souls looping through lifetimes, recognizing one another not by appearance but by the cadence of a shared breath. Each dynasty, each decade, offers them a new vocabulary of love, but the subtext remains unchanged. Another branch of conjecture pivots towards multiverse theory, suggesting every glance in the crossover is a fissure where parallel realities bleed together. Perhaps Yangzi and Xian exist simultaneously in 100 timelines, the Tang princess and the modern engineer merely the pair we happen to glimpse. Such an interpretation recontextualizes the umbrella and lilies as talismans, anchors that allow each version of themselves to sense the other across dimensional seams. This idea appeals not only to science fiction enthusiasts but to anyone who has ever felt déjà vu on meeting a stranger, that fleeting certainty of unfinished business from a life one cannot name. There is a subtler, more tragic reading too. The entire encounter could be a dreamscape shared moments before waking, a final act of imagination forged by two people who will never physically meet. In that light, the clip acquires the bittersweet quality of a goodbye written before the first hello, intensifying its emotional gravity. Analysts cite the deliberate parallelism, matched camera angles, synchronized gestures, as formal evidence that the sequence inhabits a liminal space between memory and desire rather than literal narrative. Whichever theory ultimately proves true, or whether the series chooses instead to unfold along a path no one has foreseen, the fervor itself is telling. Audiences across continents do not debate mere plot mechanics. They are searching for a shape large enough to hold the conviction that love, if it is real, cannot be caged by distance, dynasty, or the unyielding arithmetic of time. With Splendid Colors, the saga prepares to step out of whispered possibility and into the full blaze of imperial drama, carrying with it the weight of every heartbeat suspended in that crossover. The narrative spine is the audacious marriage before love decree that binds Yangzi's heroine to Xian's reserved prince long before affection has time to bloom. In the echoing halls of the Tang court, duty is a louder music than desire, yet the two must learn to tune their private hopes to the thunder of public expectation. Their union, arranged to steady a realm tilting toward factional unrest, becomes the single fragile bridge between rival families, restless provinces, and a throne trembling beneath silk and ceremony. Around this couple gathers a storm of human ambition. Wei Yingming's Lu Chong moves through bureaucratic corridors with a strategist's cool precision, spinning webs of favors and debts that threaten to tighten around the young royal pair. Zhang Yakin's county princess radiates charm laced with iron, her smile a lacquered fan hiding calculations sharp enough to redraw succession lines. And then there is Tu Songyan's Prince Ningen, cloaked in ambiguity, sometimes ally, sometimes shadow, whose loyalty shifts with the tide of his own secret grief. These antagonists are not painted in the flat colors of simple villainy. Each bears wounds that make their maneuvers painfully human, lending every confrontation the ache of moral compromise. Court intrigue is the outward spectacle, yet the deeper drama belongs to the slow unfurling of intimacy between two strangers sworn to forever. Audiences will watch for the moment protocol fractures, perhaps a shared glance beneath lantern light, an impulsive gesture when illness strikes, signs that the arranged bond is quickening into true attachment. If the beauty of colors asked whether love could cross centuries, Splendid Colors tests whether it can survive the remorseless machinery of power, proving once more that the brightest hues often emerge when hearts are pressed hardest against the dark. This reunion isn't just for Chinese drama fans. It's for anyone who's ever believed in second chances. For those who've waited, who've hoped, who've seen themselves in stories told across languages and lands. Yang Zi and Xian remind us that some bonds aren't meant to break. Whether through war, time, or destiny. It's more than acting. It's connection. It's emotion. It's timeless. So, what did you feel watching that moment? Did your heart skip a beat when their eyes finally met? Let us know your theories and dreams for Splendid Colors in the comments below. Speech balloon. And if you're as passionate about stories that move hearts across borders, like, share, and subscribe to News Star Xian. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time, love, and imagination. We're just getting started, and trust us, you won't want to miss what's coming next. Love letter from all of us at News Star Xian. Thank you for supporting Cdrama storytelling across the world. We're here to celebrate the magic, together.